If you've ever come home from a 9 to 5, exhausted, and thought, there has to be a way to make a bit more money without quitting my job, you're not alone. Millions of people are working full-time and still feel like their income has a ceiling. The good news is, you don't need to become a full-time entrepreneur overnight to change that. In this video, we're breaking down 6 side income ideas that are realistic for someone who already has a demanding job, limited free time, and zero interest in burning out. No guarantees, no hype. Just practical options you can actually evaluate for your own life, based on what has genuinely worked for other people in similar situations. Before we dive in, let's set the context. A full-time job usually eats up around 40 to 50 hours a week once you count commuting and prep time. And by the time you factor in sleep, chores, and basic downtime, most people are left with only a handful of truly free hours. So the side income ideas that actually work long-term are the ones that respect that limitation. They fit into evenings, weekends, or small pockets of time. Historically, people who've successfully built side income streams tend to start small, pick something aligned with a skill they already have, and treat it as an experiment rather than a guaranteed paycheck. Keep that mindset as we go through these 6 ideas, because the goal here isn't to overwhelm your schedule. It's to add a little breathing room to your finances without sacrificing the job and stability you already have. It also helps to be honest about why you want extra income in the first place, because that reason will shape which idea makes sense for you. Some people want to pay off a specific debt faster. Some want a cushion in savings, and others simply want a bit more flexibility at the end of the month. There's no single right answer, but knowing your why makes it much easier to stay consistent when the initial motivation fades. With that in mind, let's get into the 6 ideas. The first idea is freelancing using a skill you already use at work. If your day job involves writing, graphic design, bookkeeping, data entry, video editing, customer support, or even project coordination, there's a good chance that exact skill is in demand on freelance platforms. The advantage here is you're not starting from zero. You're monetizing something you're already good at, which means the learning curve is much smaller than starting a brand new skill from scratch. The realistic way to approach this is to start with just a few hours on weekends, take on one small project, and build a short portfolio. Slowly raise your rates as you gain reviews and confidence. It won't replace your salary overnight, but it's a flexible income stream. The key is picking something that doesn't feel like a second version of your day job. If spreadsheets drain you, try freelance writing instead. The second idea is selling digital products. This could be templates, printables, spreadsheets, or even simple guides. Templates for meal planning, budgeting trackers, or study notes based on something you know well. The appeal here is that you create the product once, and it can potentially be sold repeatedly without you manually doing the work each time. It does take upfront effort to design and set up, so this isn't an overnight idea, but for people who enjoy creating things, it's worth considering. Consistency and a clear niche matter more than perfection. A simple, well-organized product that solves one specific problem often does better. The third idea is renting out something you already own but underuse. That could be a spare room, a parking spot, or even tools. Camera equipment, tools, or even a car during hours you're not using it. This requires very little ongoing time investment once set up. This is appealing for someone with a packed schedule, since most of the effort happens up front when you list the item and set your terms. Check local rules, platform fees, and insurance considerations before jumping in, but this is a low-effort way to generate income. The fourth idea is online tutoring or coaching in something you're knowledgeable about. This isn't limited to academic subjects. It could be fitness coaching, language practice, career advice, resume reviews, or even helping someone learn a software tool. The format is flexible: one-on-one sessions, small group calls, or even pre-recorded lessons that people can purchase. Because you can schedule sessions around your existing calendar, this tends to work well for people who want structured, predictable side income. It also tends to feel rewarding, since you're directly helping someone make progress, which can make it easier to stay motivated. The fifth idea is content creation on a small, sustainable scale. This doesn't mean starting a massive channel overnight. It means picking one platform, one topic you care about, and showing up consistently, even if that's just once or twice a week. Some creators eventually earn through ads, sponsorships, or affiliate links, though it's worth being clear that this path usually takes time before it becomes meaningful income, and results vary a lot depending on the niche and effort involved. The realistic approach is to treat it as a long-term project you're building in the background, not a quick side hustle for month one. Think of it less as a fast income source and more as an asset you're slowly building while you keep your day job as the stable foundation. The sixth idea is task-based gig work, things like virtual assistant tasks, data entry, transcription, or app-based delivery. The biggest advantage here is flexibility. You can literally choose when to work, which makes it compatible with unpredictable schedules. The trade-off is that this income scales with your hours rather than compounding, so it works best as a short-term boost. Now let's talk about how to actually choose between these 6 options, because trying all of them at once is a fast way to burn out. Start by asking yourself, how much free time do you honestly have? Be realistic, not aspirational, so you don't abandon the hustle. Second, which of these overlaps with a skill or asset you already have? That reduces the learning curve and gets you earning sooner. Third, are you looking for immediate extra cash, or are you willing to invest a few months building something with more potential? Your answers will naturally point you toward 1 or 2 ideas that fit your situation, rather than trying to do all 6 at once. Here are a few actionable steps. First, pick just 1 idea from this list, not 2 or 3, so you don't spread yourself too thin. Second, block out a specific realistic time slot each week. Even 3 to 5 hours is enough to begin testing an idea. Third, set a small, honest goal for the first month, like landing 1 freelance client or selling 1 digital product. Fourth, track your time and results so you can see what's actually working before committing more energy or money to it. Fifth, be willing to drop an idea that isn't working for your lifestyle. Side income should reduce stress, not add to it. One more thing worth mentioning. Whichever idea you pick, treat your first month as a test, not a verdict. Some weeks will go better than others, and that's normal. It doesn't mean the idea is wrong for you. It might just mean your approach needs a small adjustment, like changing your pricing, your schedule, or the platform you're using. Give yourself permission to tweak things as you go, instead of expecting it to work perfectly from day one. And if your day job ever starts to suffer, that's a sign to scale back the side income. Your main income is still the foundation. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult a licensed financial advisor. To recap, we covered 6 realistic side income options for someone working full-time: freelancing your existing skills, selling digital products, renting out underused assets, online tutoring or coaching, small-scale content creation, and flexible task-based gig work. None of these are guaranteed paths, but each one has worked for real people who approached it with patience and consistency. If this video gave you a clearer picture of where to start, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one, where we'll go deeper into building a simple budget that actually works for irregular income. Thanks for watching, and remember, that's your money edge for today.